kill, and hit pause. It's time for the video game podcast where the Konami code is alive and well. The console wars don't exist. Rings are just as valuable as coins. Pots are not safe from swords. Giant robots kick ass. And fireballs are a perfectly acceptable weapon in a fist fight. That's right, it's time for the Super Gamer Bros Podcast Ultra Hyper Alpha Super EX Double Impact Plus A Live. Settle in and let's get to gaming.
Hey everyone, welcome to Super Gamer Bros Live. It's Thursday, which means you're going to talk video game fun with us here at Kaiju Labs Media. I am one of your gamers, Slayton. You can find me on Xbox Live as Slayton, pretty much 24/7.
What's up, everyone? This is Cynic. You can find me as Henzar on PS4 and Xbox. I'll spell it later. And Cynic on the Switch.
I'm a ball of rage, blocky D, and you can find that name on Twix, Plexstorm, and it's Neo Nerd Lady actually on Xbox now. When I finally get the PC up version of that up.
Which you need to come play Grounded with me. They just updated another update, and I want to see how our PC Xbox crossplay plays. I know we barely touched it.
Is there crossplay now?
Yeah, there's always been
crossplay.
I did not know that. It's pretty cool.
I love that game, and I can't find people to play with. I don't know why. It's just amazing.
I have a friend called Rob. My friend Rob plays it all the time too. He's also playing Fallout 76, which is now part of Games Pass. So
yeah,
yes, we can
I don't
all
think
be
he's
dicks.
on my friends list, which is why, because he has PC. So yeah, you need to text me what his gamer tag is so I can add him, because I really want to do more of that. And they're doing so much fun things in Sea of Thieves. I can't wait to get back into that.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's been a long time since we played Sea of Thieves. So what's new in it aside from? I'm guessing they added a few monsters.
They added some quests, actual quest chains. They've added brand new areas, pets, all sorts of stuff. Like that game has just been going.
Quests like stories.
Yeah, like
actual story quests. Yeah.
So it's not just random voyages. They're chained quests that go together.
Okay.
And then in Grounded, they are bringing so many things. Like when they bring in the pond environment, they've already showed it off. There's like a whole base underwater you get to explore, and there's koi and leeches and like all sorts. Like I'm so ready. It's just
a leech.
It's still fun playing by yourself.
It's like leech is only 3 to 4 inches big, so that thing is going to be like a size of like a panther or something to it. You normally do.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I've already seen it.
That's gonna be scary.
Yeah.
I would assume they wouldn't have any interest in it. I mean, you're not big enough at that point to want to latch onto. I don't know if they swallow their prey whole if it's small enough. Do they?
Well, that's the question.
I'm guessing that they'll
what
try.
Happens because you have to use koi scales to make things. So obviously you're gonna have to attack them.
Oh, that's sad.
But they did temporarily get rid of the broodmother spider, which was the boss. I watched someone do that one. It was just ridiculous.
We never fought a broodmother, did we? I just remember.
She's hidden in the bushes on a frisbee. You got to go find her.
You got to find her. I'm sure you run into like 4 spiders on the way or some craziness.
No, it's just getting there is like kind of confusing because you got to go on all the branches of the bush, and you just got to find it.
So it's like a puzzle. Okay. That's pretty cool.
And there's people are still finding secrets in that game. So I'm just like, it is only like, I think right now, 30% done.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see game theorists start doing a whole theory about it. I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Well, it's going to be pretty interesting. I also...
It's shaping up to be pretty cool.
Yeah,
the hidden story in that one is fun.
Because it's like that, Minecraft Dungeons, you can't just find people. It has to be people you know. Unless you go like looking for group. And I hate the Xbox looking for group when it comes to things like Minecraft because it's squeakers. But that game is so much fun, especially with people. And every time I log in, it's like, none of your friends are playing. I was like, do they not know the joy of this game?
Yeah, I've actually been kind of absent on Xbox lately. I've been more leaning towards the PS4. It's just a matter of convenience. It's downstairs, the baby's downstairs, baby wakes up, I'm already good to go. So less Xbox lately, but still squeeze it in every so often.
Yeah,
Well,
like I can't wait.
we're
for
gonna go ahead and get this
October's
show
free
ready.
games.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Pocky?
I said I can't wait for October's free games for PlayStation Network. It's gonna be Spider-Man and Madame Madame. Which, damn, I wish I knew somebody else who had PlayStation Network because I want to play somebody with that game.
Well, I mean, I have PlayStation 4, so I got PSN for sure.
All right, yeah, definitely gonna try that one.
There you go.
If you don't know what Madame Madame is, look that one up. That is.
I have no idea. I was going to ask you about it.
It's a horror game where two people. It's some of the Until Dawn people.
Ah, okay.
But it's a multiplayer horror game where each person takes a different person, but nobody sees the other screen.
Okay.
And like the Until Dawn people, it like the effects you do, if you die, it's like those effects happen. Like that's
I'll have to take a look more in depth about it then. So sounds fun.
I did download that crazy game everyone's playing where someone's Among Us or something.
Oh, Among Us? Yeah, Among Us.
I haven't started it yet. But I did download it. I did buy it. It was $5. May as well.
Yeah, made by 3 people. Made by 3 people. One of them is the programmer. And they were going to make an Among Us 2, but they've stopped and just going to improve the first one. They're just going to keep adding.
I love watching videos about it. Almost as love as Karen videos. It's just fun. So, let's get the show started with our question of the week.
All 3 of them.
Yep.
What game would be torture to be stuck in? What game world?
Oh, what game world?
What game world would be worse to be stuck in? I'm going to kick this off. I would have to say pretty much any of those bizarre platformers. Like, I was watching the Mario videos, and it's like, what kind of world is this? There's like spinning gears and blocks that you have to jump to. Any platforming game like that, who in their right mind? Like, I feel like Sigourney Weaver from Galaxy Quest, where they're the base of the ship. She's like, who designs this? This makes no sense. Like, gears and like death jumps, and you're just like, Mario, and everything has a face. So you're like, is it out to get me? And then you kill it, and you're like,
Mario World. Really out to
I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, that's that. I never expected that one because it's so happy and colorful. That didn't come to mind at all, but that's definitely.
Think about how twisted it is.
That would be pretty weird.
It's incredibly twisted.
I was for work. They do these little questionnaires that kind of get your brain going. And somebody asked a question of, "What game world would you love to be in?" And that actually made me think. I tried to think of one I'd want to be in, and I went, God, they're all awful. And I was like, the whole point is that you're this overpowered, crazy person who just has all these enemies or all this conflict to have to barrel through like every second of every day, and it's awful. So, I mean, the 2 that came to mind were probably Gears of War. If you've ever read the lore or seen anything for that game, oh my God, they're just. There's like a 75-year human war, and when that ends, I think it's a few weeks later, the Locust Horde emerge underground and kill off like 2/3 of humanity. It's like billions of people die all in one fell swoop. We nuke ourselves in order to try to flush them out of our cities. We basically bomb our own cities, leave a lot of people dead and stranded and all that. And like, it's insane, and you're never safe because these things can come out of the ground at any point in time. So I was like, Gears of War, the only thing close to it, I'd say might be, I would say Fallout, but I'd say Doom. I'd say the worst, I'm going to say Doom. That's what I'm going to go with. I know I ran on a rant about Gears of War, but Doom is the absolute worst because that's the only world where you have actual demons actually eating you, consuming your actual eternal soul, and condemning you to hell to be a demon so that the whole cycle can happen again.
Yeah, but it's more isolated.
It's the entire planet. What are you talking about?
I haven't played the Doom ones.
Yeah. Doom Eternal is the entire planet. It starts on Mars, which seems to just be a normal thing, which has plenty of workers and plenty of people on it, and boom, Mars is gone, spreads to Earth, and I mean, yeah, the Doomslayer ends up doing his Doom thing, which is killing demons and killing as many as humanly possible. But I mean, a lot of hell spreads across. I mean, hell pretty much spreads entirely across the Earth and consumes a lot of people, a lot of souls in the meantime. Which, I mean, you actually go into hell and there's a lot of torture. I mean, the torture is pretty much the worst. Like, how do you die and then somehow get tortured afterward to undeath? It's ridiculous.
You know what I always wondered? You know,
Yes.
everyone says the devil is just this bad, horrible person. If you were a bad, horrible person, why wouldn't hell just be a party? Wouldn't he just be partying down there with all these bad, horrible people? Like, why is he torturing people who are bad and horrible like him?
The horrible thing about being a terrible, horrible person is that, you know, you come up against another terrible, horrible person, and you're going to torture them, or they're going to torture you, and somebody's going to have fun.
Celebrate each other.
One person's going to have fun. I don't know about the other. So until something bigger comes around, you know, then that thing's going to have the most fun.
There's actually a story that talks about this guy who ends up going into hell, and he's a fairly nice person. Turns out that hell is not that bad. It's this entire propaganda admitted by the church that it was God. It was like, because God hates his son so much that he made this entire propaganda about hell, but it's nothing like it.
Yeah, because you put
because it's all people who's been rejected by the
together.
God. Yeah,
they're going to kind of get along. They're like minds. You trust one of those son of a bitches.
I don't know.
Well, there was a spot for actual, real horrible people, and it's called the Pit or something like. I don't remember what it was called. It was something kind of generic, but there's like everyone else who lived a pretty decent life. They were just like they didn't live up to the quota. Like the devil took pity on it. It's just this entire reign of hell is like just full of normal people who just like ate pork, and that's against God's rules, but they didn't go. So it's like devil was all like, I'll take all of your children and I'll make them love me, not you, because I won't torture them.
All right, Pocky, what's your choice?
From Software. Just pick a From Software title and just
anything
right there. Just Bloodborne, Dark Souls, just anything From Software makes. That's the worst place to be. There's no happiness. It's just death and decay.
If you didn't know about happiness, would you miss it?
Apparently there was happiness because there was like songs and everything else and people were having a good time. So yeah.
I'm curious because I mean I played through most of Dark Souls. I almost finished the game. I came very close and I just didn't finish it for whatever reason. But from what I see from Demon Souls, Dark Souls, especially Dark Souls, I think you start out as a corpse and you get reanimated or something like that, and you're in some spirit world. Where exactly does Dark Souls take place? Because I think, doesn't Dark Souls take place in some form of afterlife? Or I don't know about Bloodborne, but yeah, what's the deal with that?
Okay, so it's kind of complicated, but basically it's on the decline of. So you know how the whole flame and the fire and everything, and you have to reignite the fire every once in a while to keep like everything going, and then the age, like if it ever goes out, the age of like darkness will come around and everything else.
They use such ambiguous language, you know.
Well, it's ambiguous for a reason.
It's very Destiny.
Well, it was doing that before Destiny did it, which is all its lore is in the items and papers and stuff you have to read.
And your interactions with characters and all that.
But it's the where you're at is the end of an era. You're at the end of an era, and it's the era of gods. And yeah, it's all garbage in hell because they're ending.
I see.
And you're told that if you don't keep boasting it up, that something really bad will happen. And there's this entire thing about how that's a lie. There's actually a wonderful someone does this entire wonderful series about how like what if Dark Souls is a lie? What if you're being manipulated into like keeping the gods alive except they're supposed to die so the next age can start, and all you're doing is postponing it because it's like somebody just doesn't want to die yet.
I think I've heard something like that, or something about the eternal flame actually killing you, or something like that, or.
Oh yeah, no, it devours you and your soul.
Yes.
It's kindling.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Maybe that's why I never finished it. It's too hard and not fulfilling in the least. So yeah.
I actually find it incredibly fulfilling, but I'm also the one who's trying to play Monster Hunter World and like get up to the double purple rank.
Yeah, but at least you don't. At least once you finally kill like the Ultra Rathalos or whatever it is, you get some cool gear. You don't kill the dragon, and you're like, finally, the dragon's dead, and then you just die for reasons.
I have fought the final boss twice. Each time, I need one piece of its wing. This thing's wingspan is huge, by the way. I need one piece of its wing to make its sword, and I have fought it twice, and I still haven't got that piece of wing.
Doesn't happen.
It's always strange.
Well,
it's Monster Hunter.
It's a grind. If anything grinds your gears, it's a grind in a video game.
If you are watching this online or live, comment which world you think we like to stick in. And we're going to get to level 1, which is my news story, which I can't wait to get to. Do we own that? Yes, I'm working on putting music behind there, but for some reason it doesn't work. So,
but it will.
It will. So this week, I saw that news report that tattoo artist is suing Take-Two, and this isn't the first time it's happened, because Randy Orton is in the game, and she does tattoos, and she says, "You don't have my permission to use my art." But it's not like it's original art. It's just like tribal stuff that's like skulls, throws, and things like that. Nothing that you could actually say is unique, but he paid for this. He paid you for this art. It's on his body. It is who he is. Does he own it?
Nope.
He does.
Nope.
Yes, he does. Why not?
Okay, because if you are as a person, yes, you technically own it, but he is a star. He is a person who puts that on camera, and that becomes the difference. He is putting her art on camera, and that is where the difference. That's where the big difference in the story lies. But her art is on camera, and her art is being digitized. She is not compensated.
Isn't unique. That artwork has already been paid for. It is no longer hers. It is his.
But it's
just
a
like
recreation.
If I create a logo for somebody and they buy it from me, it's no longer mine.
So
no matter how much time and effort I put into it.
I haven't heard about this story, but here's what I'm putting together. Tell me if I'm right. So is this about WWE Battlegrounds or something?
Yes.
And all of a sudden Randy Orton has a tattoo and somebody is trying to say that they did the tattoo and they weren't paid because their tattoo is now on the game? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Good God Almighty! Orton has been in enough games for this person to speak up and say so. Why now, all of a sudden?
I mean, I did my research. It's happened before.
Actually.
It has happened
EA just blew them out of the water with it.
Well, okay. I mean,
I don't know. Like, I can understand if it was something.
You know, hang on. Tattoos have been around long enough. Why am I just now hearing about
how many
somebody?
games has The Rock been in?
Yeah,
he's covered tattoos.
How am I just hearing about somebody whose tattoo artist is trying to cash in? Like, I'm sure there has to be some sort of legalese or a form of ownership or something like that. But I don't think I don't want to say there's nothing out there like that. I'm not a lawyer, but it seems a little ridiculous. That's what a cash grab.
To me, it is very ridiculous. I feel like it's one of those things that people don't understand. Like, I understand if you create something and it's unique and it's very much you, and
or you sign a contract and you license it out or something.
Yeah, you do that. This is a very generically designed tattoo. I mean, there's nothing original in it. It's typical tattoo stuff.
Is it
You know,
his like tribal, the spike stuff? I think.
yeah,
I'm trying to
it's that
pull
kind of
his actual,
stuff.
like,
It's nothing to raise a fuss about, but she's now like, you don't have my permission to use my artwork. Well, you didn't do it for free. You
No.
didn't do it for commission. It was your job. And so, like,
But
where do you draw a line?
The important thing
Here's
is
the point.
Did he sign a
and
contract beforehand saying that, hey, if I am put on camera, since I'm a WWE superstar, like, are they going to have to get a paycheck every time he appears on screen? Period, not just video games.
I'm pretty sure
That's so
she
weird.
knew what she was getting into because he's been on TV. He's been in other games. I know she knew.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm tattooing Randy Orton. Maybe I should put together a contract that says, every time you're on screen, I get a little cheddar for my tattoo being on your body on camera. You have my permission with this contract. If she didn't do that ahead of time, I don't think she has legs to stand on. It didn't make any sense.
It's not contract worthy though. It's a tattoo.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Pocky.
Yes, I'm sorry, Pocky. I went on a rant and I railroaded you.
Okay, here's the point, and you guys went this way. I'm kind of impressed.
Please tell me why you're wrong. Go ahead.
It is because it's not that she's suing over the tattoo. She's suing over the recreation of the tattoo. They recreated it on his body. The Rock's tattoos, by the way, most of them actually been removed on the games. If you look at the Rock's on the games, he's almost tattoo-less.
No.
But yeah, on some of the games, he's nearly completely tattoo-less. The difference is, the biggest thing is she's suing is over the recreation of the tattoo without her permission.
Yeah, I
don't need her permission. He bought and sold that artwork.
If someone who has some actual legal experience would explain to us why this would have any validity, I'd love to know. So write some comments or call your lawyer.
I don't think there is any validity because a case like this has happened before, and the judge he threw it out.
Yeah, but there's I know of cases before that has happened for T-shirts, like T-shirts that got shown up on television, and they did not have the rights to the artist's art. And
see, that's different because they didn't buy that art from the artist. They just found something and they adapted. They took it. This is bought and paid for art. It was his. It was his input on the design. It's on his body. He is a celebrity. It is 100% who he is.
Yeah, it's part of his likeness at this point, isn't it? When you pay for his likeness,
but the other thing is when did he get these tattoos? The other thing is when did he get these tattoos? Because
he's probably had it for a while.
Yeah, if he had them before he got famous. So if he had them before he got famous, no, she didn't sign anything. But at the same time, you're not thinking your tattoo client, your dude bro, is going to be like a world famous person who's going to have his likeness and her imaging. And even if you're like, oh, it's not original, it's tribal thing, it doesn't matter. It's taking away the art. If she has a case and someone's saying that there's a legitimate thing here, like, one, we need way more information about this. The information I got was she's suing over that it was digitally recreated without giving her credit. And that's what she wants. She wants money and credit.
But the thing is they're not paying for her art. They're not even paying for Randy Orton specifically. They're paying for a WWE video game. They're not. A T-shirt would be, I'm paying for this artwork to be on a shirt, and I'm going to display it, and it'll make me feel good, and that's cool. But when you pay for WWE video games specifically, like, are you paying?
You're paying for bucks.
You're paying? Yes, you're definitely paying for bucks, especially in 2020. But yeah, so are you paying for Randy Orton's tattoo, or thinking about Randy Orton's tattoo when you buy a WWE video game? I don't think so. When you buy a T-shirt that goes, that looks cool, that artwork looks cool, then I think you have more of a case for sure. But in this one, I'm not surprised a judge would throw it out. If this person is due some bank, like, more power to them. But I don't know. It sounds weird to a layperson like me, you know?
As a graphic designer who is freelance and done all sorts of things, I have designed hundreds of things for people. I don't own it once they buy it. I have created it. I have done everything, but once that sale is done, I have no say over it. I have no royalties over it. This is no different. The difference between someone saying you don't have my permission for that T-shirt is because they didn't buy that design for that T-shirt, and that graphic
Now-
artist could have made a deal with the shirt maker to get a kickback from his shirt instead of buying the thing outright. It depends on what you do. Tattoo artists, they have you sign the paperwork. They do the tattoo of what it is you want. They can help design it, but most of the time it's traced. Most of the time it's something like our tattoo friend will draw it all by hand. All of Phil's tattoos he has drawn by hand. So I can kind of understand that, but he knows that once he's done it, it's done. It's completely done. He's been paid for it. What happens, happens.
If this person goes on TV or is in a video game after that, sorry, you don't get any money just because they go on TV or go to a video game after that.
Like, this was traced. It's my Death Eater.
Well, yes.
Snake
Yeah,
Eyes
we're
was
talking-
traced off
we're
of
also
something
talking-
online. They didn't draw that.
Right.
The tattoo artist did draw Spider-Man, but
That's owned by Marvel. But what I'm saying is, if it is a 100% original piece, and to say Gavin Stone has an original piece on his body, like 100% original, like it's completely thing, and then you end up in a video game, and that artist did not give permission for that piece to get recreated in a multimedia form.
they don't have to. As a graphic artist, you sold that. You've sold that off. It is no longer yours.
To someone's body. It's now part of their likeness.
Yeah, it's on their body. That's like saying,
Okay,
you can't take any pictures because you're not crediting me. You can't do. You can't go out in public because you're not crediting me. She's not blocking her from taking pictures. She's not blocking her from being seen in public.
but that's because the thing she's suing over is that it was recreated digitally without giving her credit.
I mean,
A picture's recreated digitally.
Yeah.
But then you also still have to give it credit. When you
No, you don't.
recreate the Mona, yes, you do. If you recreate the Mona Lisa,
I'm guessing that's why the judge threw it out, because you don't really.
The Mona Lisa is
public domain.
Public domain. So it doesn't really matter.
What I'm saying.
Also,
what I'm saying is.
Yes, you're saying.
What I'm saying is, it's not. What it's really about is that she's saying she needed to get credit for the art. And
why?
You mean why get publicity?
She is just. I think she's ruining her career at this point in time.
Well,
because who's gonna feel safe getting a tattoo from someone who's going after someone like Randy Orton in a video game company?
2020 has been awful to people. Who knows? Like, you need. Maybe she's like, you know what? This is my last chance. I gave a really famous dude a tattoo. Let's see if we can we run with this? Did they give me permission? No, they didn't. Oh, thank God. Let's run with this because the bank is hurting right now because nobody wants to go out and get tattoos in 2020. Maybe there should be help for tattoo artists because that's, ambiguously, well, I wouldn't say it's unsanitary. I'd say that it's a very touchy business. And so in 2020, that kind of business is really hurting. So maybe maybe you help these people, but going about it in this way, maybe I'm assuming too much, but I don't know. It's a stretch. It's really stretching it. What do you think?
I'm going to try to see if I can get Roach on the phone to answer this question for us.
Okay.
Why do you do that? Why do you do that? We want to go to round 2, so we're not waiting 5 minutes for this?
Well, he's probably doing tattoos, so I don't know if he's going to respond.
Yes.
Okay, so
We,
I
we,
think
we'll,
bottom
we'll,
line,
we'll
I
send a
think she's
message
crazy.
out there, social media, and tell you what he says. How about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. It may be on social media afterwards.
Yes.
But next up is a 1-minute review.
Oh wow.
Yep,
Oh
this
wow.
is
You used.
all for Pocky.
Yes.
Let me
All right.
let me get the timer ready.
I'm very sorry that we both were smashing you during that argument. I'm not going to say both of us are right or that you were wrong, but we know Persona makes you happy.
Let me see if I can move this.
I should put it right there with where the I'm pointing at the screen. Put it on top of Cynic's Blue because then it will stand out.
Ah.
Hold the phone.
No.
I still gotta set. I forgot to set this. So
Yeah, but I'm just saying, no, but I mean, I don't mean in a bad way, Cynic, but your blue and that orange would actually kind of
No,
no,
I-
like
I-
on
I-
top of the.
hold the phone.
I
I
thought
gotta
you
make sure
said
I have it
put
set right.
I thought you said put it on my boob, and I was like, dude, I'm working
No,
on
no,
things.
Sonic, the blue, like down here, where the see, like
Hold the
right
phone,
there.
Pocky. Let me do this.
Easy now, Gavin.
No.
What?
There we go. Boom.
No, I want 1 hour to talk.
There it is.
Well, because I'm not using the cyber functionality, y'all. And I have.
Gavin not doing well under pressure.
Okay, you all try running all of this while you're trying to talk, keep the show on track.
Hey, we're
That's what I thought.
We were keeping the show on track anyway. What are you talking
doing,
about?
We're doing the talking. We're cool.
All right, here we go. Pocky, your 1 minute starts now.
Okay, Persona 4 for the PC got announced out of nowhere, and of course, immediately yours truly picked it up. And for $20, you know I got my money's worth. It is Persona 4 Golden, which is the one that was originally released on the PlayStation Portable, now on the PC. PC version got a graphic upgrade. For better or for worse, and mostly better, it got a graphic upgrade. It got cleaned up, it got smoothed out, it looks HD. And it plays like it's been HD'd. It's been cleaned up, its controllers work better. Unfortunately, when I say the negative to it cleaning up is that it was on a PS2 originally and moved to PlayStation Portable. And from that, they did a lot of shortcuts to make the graphics look better than they were, like characters' lips not moving or the face not moving. So characters talk, they never move their face. In fact, they kind of always look like they're wearing a mask. Always look like they're wearing a mask. It's kind of off-putting at certain points when you have a character going but actually not moving their mouth, and it's kind of gets weird. Yeah, it's still a pitch form. Oh,
Spend a lot of time
You
on
should have
those.
just stopped on this. So this clock run out.
so, but yeah, it plays good.
Cool.
That's interesting. It was only $20.
It's only $20.
Is it an old game or a new game?
Well, 5 has been out for almost a decade now. So, the original, let's see, Persona 4 Golden. Hold on a second.
So
Yeah.
just to be clear, this sounds is this a remaster or is this a remake?
It sounds like a remaster.
It's a remaster. It's
Okay.
but they put a lot of effort into it. They
I don't know. You complained an awful lot about it.
Well, no, they did.
It's only about the faces, but those have been fixed now.
No, unfortunately, when I say that they didn't. So the original game, like they did fix the faces, and the problem is with the screen. You have that nice blown up image. You can see that the characters' mouths and faces never move.
Gotcha.
So they look like action figures when they talk sometimes. Like they're moving and everything, but at the same time, it's just their faces never.
So it's just your typical kind of PlayStation, Nintendo 64 graphics kind of, you put a skin on something and that's it. You'll have to pardon me when you say they didn't. I thought you said they did fix their faces because before they looked like masks and all that. Okay, so they couldn't fix that, but it sounds like at the very least they got a good game up and running on today's.
Oh, they did. The help call still works. So if other people are playing the game, you can actually request help, and they'll send like buffs and heals at you at random. So the reason it's explained is because you're in a TV. It's a really, really good game. Don't ruin the ending for yourself, but there's actually like 3. So no, but I'm just saying, like, whoever's watching it, like, it's really worth playing. Don't ruin the ending, but know this: there are 3 of them. Technically 4.
Very
All
cool.
right.
I think I extended that 1 minute a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we'll always talk about it afterwards.
Indeed.
But let's get to the surprise news of the day. Minecraft and Smash Brothers. Did anybody see that coming?
No. I mean,
yes.
Kind of. I mean, when you think about how they choose their guests, you could kind of see it coming. I think this kind of decision will just divide gamers, because on one hand, Minecraft is unbelievably popular. It has diehard fans who are going to be so excited that it came out. Minecraft is such a unique game that other people are just like, it's not for me. And for me, I'm one of those people. I'm like, Minecraft, not for me. It's just it. So when it came out, I was just kind of like, Minecraft, eh. And when I look online, either somebody like me is going, eh, or, oh man, Minecraft, really? Everybody else is going, oh my god, I can't believe it. And there's so much detail that goes into, like, actually looking at the character and seeing how it plays and all that. It looks like they put a lot of effort into it. They put a ton of effort, love, and care into this character. So
4 of them.
Yes.
4 of them, yeah.
Well, is it 4 of separate characters, or is it just one character with different skins? It is 4 characters.
No, it's 4 characters, yeah.
Because just based on the trailer, I couldn't really tell, because they introduced a bunch of, like, 4 different. Steve, Alex, the zombie, and something else.
The Netherman.
Slenderman.
The Netherman.
Okay, that's right. So yeah,
I believe this is a standalone DLC, just based on, I think the world pre-populates almost like that does in Minecraft. And was it just me, or did they seem really overpowered?
They have a season pass, and so hopefully it'll just be part of the season pass.
Yeah, I think
I purchased season pass too, and so that should be a part of it. Yeah. Hopefully, anyway. I never gave it any thought.
Mr. Sakurai, I mean, he's a giant gamer. I mean, anyone who think, like, the reason, like, the Ultimate got almost, no, was it Melee was the one before? Was Melee the Ultimate one before this one?
No.
The reason Melee...
the last one before this one was 4, I think. Smash 4. That had Bayonetta.
Yeah.
It was on the Wii U. Introduced Bayonetta. I think was the most controversial character, but I loved the DLC for that, because it was like, I think Ryu was put in that. It was like Ryu, Bayonetta. A few people were thrown in there that I was super hyped for.
But like he almost did complete that game on time by Nintendo, because he was playing literally Persona 5. He's a gigantic Persona fan himself. And he was busy getting like all 10 ranks and stuff, and but like, to me, I saw this coming, and it's because for a lot of times people have been asking, hey, when are you putting Minecraft in Smash Brothers Ultimate? Because they kept announcing characters out of like other franchises, so the joke was they were going to put Steve in it, and so every time one of the names that always showed up, like every time the next one's going to show up is it going to be Steve from Minecraft? In this case, the answer was yes.
That's too funny.
All right. I think also I'm excited to talk about, because it's a game that, much like, they're both games that spread past their respected target audience. Like, Minecraft is everybody. Like, everyone's been playing it since now for so long that there are people who are adults who are playing it as kids, and same with Smash Brothers. I mean, Smash Brothers has been on the 64.
Oh yeah, that's
I think the fact that they're both. Yeah, and so the fact that they're all there, I mean, the fact that they're just paired up, it makes sense. Like, why wouldn't you get the 2 most iconic gaming franchises, one of them attached to a dozen other gaming franchises, and mix them in?
Yeah,
I also...
It's just gonna be another character that I have to fight. It's probably not going to be for me, and it may be a character that I have to fight and complain about. We'll just have to see how it plays. I'll let you guys know.
Oh, wait till
I
you get
saw
to
this also as a middle finger to PlayStation. Another way Microsoft's saying, see what happens when you play nice like Nintendo does? Guess who's not getting Bethesda games? You. Guess who will? Nintendo.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I missed something. Is Minecraft a Bethesda game?
No, it's
Minecraft
Microsoft
is a
title.
Microsoft game.
It's a Microsoft game. Okay, but
Yeah, Microsoft.
okay.
Microsoft bought Mojang Entertainment from Mojang,
Notch like a while back.
from Notch himself. Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly when he decided to go homophobic, and the company was like, "Fuck, we need to do something. We're selling the company to Microsoft now. Notch, here's $1 billion. Here's $1 million. Go the fuck away."
Nintendo was the first one that said, yes, let's cross-play Minecraft. That was the first big cross-play game. But PlayStation's like, nah, fuck you.
Okay.
So I think this is
This is just another nail to Sony. Like, we're gonna keep Spider-Man for the Avengers. All right, hey Nintendo, you get Minecraft. How about that? All right.
Well, I mean, it's playing nice. That's all it is. It's just about playing nice. And Nintendo's been okay with playing nice for the longest time.
Yep.
Even though the online system sucks. I will say that every time I bring it up. But
you did never fail to.
I think, yeah, I'm kind of wondering what other parts of Microsoft, Nintendo willing to work together. Will we get Bayonetta eventually on the Games Pass?
I mean,
Bayonetta is Sega,
and it was at one
but
point.
Nintendo.
Oh, are you
Sega?
talking? Because Bayonetta was a free game for Xbox for a while. I don't know if it ever was part of the Games Pass. But are you referring to Bayonetta 2? Because I would freak out if Microsoft got Bayonetta 2 and 3, because 3 is on its way and is a Switch exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. Right now, Bayonetta 2 and 3, as far as I know, are both exclusives. But if that crossed over to Microsoft, since they're playing so nice, oh man, that'd be good.
Yeah, no, yes, Gavin, Bayonetta was originally developed by Sega, but Nintendo was the one who flipped the bill for 2 to get made. And that was really surprising, because that was also the first time Nintendo started financing publicly an M-rated video game.
That is pretty big for them.
Yeah.
Especially a game like Bayonetta. So
yeah, and it came with a remastered version of 1. It came with 2 and 1.
I'm okay with the Minecraft Smash Brothers.
It only had one problem. It came out on the Wii U.
Yeah.
For now.
It's on the Switch now, but yeah.
I think Minecraft's gonna be fun. I know it's not for everybody, but like I tell people, come play Minecraft Dungeons. You don't build anything. It's just skin like that. If you just don't like the aesthetic, that's fine. But Minecraft is just one of those pointlessly fun games. You just get in and just start building. Mm-hmm. It's a time waste like No Man's Sky is. You just get lost in the game because you start building and you start exploring and going on quests and having fun, and then before you know it, the day's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you built a supercomputer out of dirt blocks.
Yeah. My brother would crash our server because he and Mars would build giant atomic bomb sites and just blow it up, and would crash the whole server. That was their favorite thing to do. It was literally.
Go ahead.
It was just literally a big explosion. It's too big that the computer couldn't handle it.
I want to play was Astroneer, because you apparently can do that with the game too, and I want to crash my computer by an explosion on a digital frontier.
All right, so let's get to our bonus round, which is going to be all about me. Let's see if I get my timer right. Yes, it's still there.
Oh, you get yours right, sir.
Right away.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh.
Okay, so I'm not going to be paying too much attention, so I'm going to tell me when it runs out. All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Go for it, man.
So we've done a lot of next gen talking here on this show, and we've talked about a lot of things and what exactly warrants next generation. And having spent a few months with xCloud and a little bit of time with Stadia and things like that, I really do think next gen is cloud gaming. I believe that this is a step forward further than VR that's going to take gaming to a new level because it opens up an entire world of options you didn't really think about, because you're not based on hardware architecture anymore. You're based on a server architecture, and it's been proven that that just makes games better as it is. Not only that, people aren't worried about space constraints anymore, and you can play anywhere. I can play on my phone at work. I can play on my phone in the car. It's a lot of fun, more fun than you would think, because it's freeing you past the console. I still think they should develop a console just for cloud streaming, just so that you don't have to worry about tying up your computer or anything else. But it'll be a lot smaller. And let's face it, we all have all the apps on our Xbox. Like, I've got all my TVs are smart TVs. I don't use the functionality. All my apps are on the Xbox. My Xbox is the hub of my entertainment system. It has everything. And now it has clouds on it. So I can just log in and play games. I don't have to worry about it anymore. And when you tag that with the Games Pass, which I severely think is the future, I have played so many games I would not normally have played. Carrion, After Party, like the list could just go on and on. Pedro, that crazy banana game. Because you get to now experience things that you're like, do I have the $20 to spend on this? Do I have the $30 to spend on this? And as game studios are doing that, they're making more money off DLC and cosmetic content because people are more options to do that. Like Minecraft Dungeons, you can download for free. Each of the expansions is $5. It's on discount with Games Pass down to $3. So you basically paid $6 for an whole entire game. That's a lot of fun. And you can play it anywhere. That's why I really think at the end of the day, cloud gaming is going to be the future, and so is Games Pass. PlayStation just has to get caught up. And I'm done.
Cool. You got
that wasn't
30
ragey enough,
seconds to
sir.
spare.
Your rage is only
It
a
wasn't
7.
ragey enough.
It's supposed to be a soapbox. You're supposed to rage.
Oh, I'll be raging next time, trust me. I just really thought this is a good thing to talk about because it's new.
Because you
people
love
aren't
it.
quite used to it. It's not perfect, but it is, I think, the next step in gaming. Period.
I just want to point out that when Steam announced they're going to release a Steam box that would have done this, I was told on fan service I was a crazy person thinking this was the future by a man who stood next to me. Wonder who that was.
but the Xbox, you already have an Xbox, so it's already in his house.
Steam box was only $100 at the time.
The problem with the Steam box.
The problem with Steam box is there were like 50 different versions of it, and it was confusing. Like, that was so weird.
Well, the other problem is it's made for PC games. There wasn't a real transfer over from console to PC, and people are playing them on the PC as it is. They're used to the keyboard and mouse, so they already have their setups. If you're a PC gamer, you normally have your own setup. Console gamer, you've got the living room. So I think that was why the Steam box was destined to fail, as opposed to what we're doing now. Yeah. But yes, I will give you credit. That's all I'm going to give you. All right, last story of the night.
You'll give credit without giving anything specific. That's not really
that
giving
was
credit.
That was very Gabe's PR of you, sir. Are you going to also apologize without telling me what it was?
That's right. Here we go. Last story. Boom, Pocky. This is your story.
Oh, what was my news story? Holy crap. Yes, the former president of Blizzard. Sorry, we're so full of rage right now.
I don't know what my story was.
It's also been a very weird week, okay? Like, there's been a lot of really weird gaming news. But, yes, the former president of Blizzard, who quit Blizzard because they were all being dicks to him, and also questioned Activision's mentality, who then went and started a musical band out of nowhere, which he's the currently bass guitar of, has decided to start another gaming studio with a bunch of people that he really liked who want to be still part of the gaming industry, but not part of the gaming industry bullshit. So it's called Dreamhaven, and yeah, it looks really good. I mean, it looks like he's got a good idea. He knows what the gaming industry as a whole is capable of doing, so he's going to kind of try to do the opposite of that.
I'm surprised he didn't do something else that was weather-based.
So,
like Sunstorm,
Blizzard,
Sandstorm, Hurricane.
See, but if you named it Sandstorm, everyone would assume that it was it would be named after the song.
Could have been, but
now that song's stuck in my head.
Ouch!
I love that song.
Please don't start singing it. Please, dear God. So this dude started another game company, and he has a band. So
yes.
He's doing two very risky things that for normal people would be pretty darn risky. But at this point, he was the president of Blizzard, so he can afford for them to fail if that happens. It could be cool.
What the hell is that noise?
What does he play, by the way, in his band? Does anybody
bass.
know? He played.
Oh, God damn it, Kevin. Oh, there goes our copyright strikes.
Oh, why are you doing this? What are you doing this for? Oh, please, dear God.
I wasn't going to be the only one.
That was that was playing us off there. For those who didn't know, he was definitely just like, okay, yeah, let's get the hook and get out of here. Ouch.
Do
you really maybe the president of Blizzard is a good friend, and we're like, all right, we're ending this right here and now.
I don't know. It's
Super Gamer Bros will be the official podcast of this company. So quit it.
So question.
Ouch.
Did he say what kind of games he wants to make? Is he going to try to make another World of Warcraft? Because that's pretty much what Blizzard does.
No, he hasn't officially said yet. Like, he's got like the two of the people that he's going to be working with already own their own studios, and so he's just going to be working with them. But he's got a lot of people from Blizzard that he worked with to make games. So I don't know. I mean, he hasn't said. All he says is he's announced he started a studio, and it's going to be called Dreamhaven, and its artwork is very lovely. I shared the image of it in our chat if you guys looked at it. It was in the news headline I shared, and it shows like high fantasy, like a steam airship, like a balloon airship, but I mean, like, literally it's a ship.
But that's also just a company logo. It can be whatever they want it to be. It's not
but also at the same
what they're
time,
going to make.
if you look, but I was saying, well, it kind of gives you hints on what he's going to be making, because you also notice there's like starships, and there's old cruise ships, and then there's lighthouse. I think what he's saying is like, because if you look at a lot of logos, particularly like if you look at Savage Worlds logo, which has the 4 icons, which are supposed to represent the 4 styles of game you want to encourage. Like, if you look at that picture, you kind of see like he's going to encourage, high fantasy, low fantasy / maybe more, historical. You have your sci-fi in that picture. You have some sort of areas of mysticism and big mountains, which could represent horror. But like, I don't know. I mean, all he said is like, I'm starting a company, and I'm, as the former president of Blizzard, I know what it takes to make a really good company. And he was there when they were making some of their best games, and he left when Blizzard became WoW and Hearthstone.
So
and now
speaking
Overwatch.
of Blizzard,
Sorry, they have their 3 games.
How is all the WoW heads reacting to the fact that Shadowlands has been delayed to an unspecified date? They announced it was in October.
Hey, Courtney, what's your reaction to Shadowlands being delayed to an unspecific, unrelated date?
I mean, I'm happy that it's getting some polish. Are you
She's a
asking for
very
me to,
sane
or are you
wowhead.
asking me for my honest
I
opinion?
have heard
Your
Yes.
honest opinion.
Harley
I'm
called
kind
me.
of happy they're delaying it because this is a big goddamn adjustment. Pardon my language.
Harley
Yeah.
That's
and
how
Jill
I
called
usually
me.
react to delays nowadays.
They were mad.
Just kind of know what's going into the Shadowlands update.
My
Hold
friends
on.
in San Antonio called. They were mad. This has only happened one other time in World of Warcraft history. You would think they'd have their shit together.
Okay. I'm
the
going to
Warcraft
side.
fans, because yes, you would think.
Oh, wait. You mean the same fans that almost every expansion is the worst expansion ever, nearly ruined the game. The
That's
ones
a
that
toxic
complain
community.
about every.
Okay,
those
let's be
fans-
honest.
Okay, you mean
Kung
the
Fu
fans that
Panda
will
Land,
bitch and- my language,
that was pretty lame.
I mean,
So
you're talking about the fans that will vetch and moan if Blizzard says the sky is blue. So don't give me that.
don't rope her in with these people.
So no, he's not roping you with his people. But no. So my thing is the amount of content I have heard, because I don't play WoW anymore. Like it is
From
my
Courtney. Yes.
thing is the amount of stuff they are doing to that game is equal to Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn when they completely did the game. Like for them to say, hey, we're going to release it this year, it's just going to be later. So it goes from the end of this month to December at work. Maybe. I don't. To me, I'm like, if that means that workers don't also have to have as much crunch, if this
We're not
allows
going
them
down
to
this
not
workaround again.
hold on, but if it allows them to also make a product that works versus releasing the damn thing and having to do day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5 patches because some reason shit don't work,
I don't know.
then everyone's gonna. If they released it and they had to do a week's worth of updates, everyone would go, why didn't they delay the game? Then they delay the game. Everyone goes, why did they delay the game?
Blizzard's actually pretty infamous for pushing the dates back on like full games, especially. And I've always been for it. Always. I'm right there with Courtney. Where hey, if you want to make something better so that at launch you get to play the game that they mean for you to play, I'm totally cool with that. So I'm sure a lot of the
so where do you draw the line?
WoW people are happy.
Like shoot delays, but like I'm laughing because Destiny's new year, you have to completely uninstall and reinstall the entire game. They have changed so much of the engine that you got to do a fresh install.
When was this?
November.
Oh God. So okay.
And it's the day that the Xbox One, the Xbox Series S comes out. So most people won't be able to play it on the next gen system for a couple days.
Okay. Well, that's pretty. Well, that's very Destiny, but okay.
Yeah, also very I just thought I would bring this up as we were talking about Blizzard.
Also very bullshit.
So you guys have to watch our social media when I get a question and answer from about the tattoo issue. We'll probably talk about this again because there's so much further you could go with this.
That's a fun one. It seems to be just for whatever reason pretty inflammatory.
I'm not looking at our social media right now because the way the Skype works, I can't look at both.
Well, I'm watching our chats.
Did Courtney post something? She said you should read.
All right, so that's it for this week's episode. We hope you guys have enjoyed it.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun.
We hope you did.
We did.
Should I take us out to Darude?
Oh man, if there's only one word I want to get in before that, it's that Left 4 Dead 2 got an update. Everybody, go play Left 4 Dead 2 for God's sakes. A 12-year-old game just got an update.
That's an update.
All right, so don't forget.
Does that mean Half-Life 3 confirmed?
No, it doesn't. Go.
Tuesdays, 7:30, Brad's Red Web. Wednesdays between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, we'll kick off fan service, which if you didn't watch yesterday's episode, go watch it. They're making Cynic. They're
Yes.
making a sequel to the live-action Lion King.
Why?
I like that. That's like everyone's reaction when you hear it. Is everyone go, why?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Lion King 2.
We raged a bit yesterday.
Yeah, Lion King 2 didn't really make too much sense. It wasn't bad when my little tiny sister was little and tiny, but no, we don't need to do this now. Are they going to have Andy Dick back as the bad guy lion or whatever? I don't know. I don't need it.
I don't know. So, yeah, that's it. We'll be back next week with more fun.